Like, I will forever be self-conscious about my hairline going forward because
3 months. Thanks, Mr. Pecker. Amazing work.
There was a point in time when it was just not something I thought about. Like, I was so fortunate that like I never really cared about what my hair looked like for the duration of my 20s, basically. Like, once I figured out the undercut just looked good on me and I could just, like, you know, wipe it to or swipe it to one side, that's when for 10 years it was good. Like, I literally never had to care about it. When I was younger, I was really self-conscious. When I was younger, I was super self-conscious about my hair. Like, I hated going to the barber. I hated getting a haircut. It's like, it always looked like shit. And, you know, your parents also have too much say in what your hair is supposed to look like when you're younger, and it never looks good. And then because you're a child, you end up making like really weird decisions about what you should do with your hair regardless. And, you know, I think I've told this story before, but I've told this story on stream before, but one time I got a mohawk. Not a faux hawk, a full-blown mohawk. And I went to school with it, and it was Monday morning when we do the national anthem as the entire school together. You know, like the Pledge of Allegiance and national anthem is sung by the entire school outside, right? And before the national anthem was sung, before we all sang it, the principal on the PA, literally in front of everyone in school, was like, "What the hell do you think you're doing with that hair? Go back home right now, get a haircut. Do not come back looking like that." I think she might have even said looking like Geronimo, because even in Turkey, we have somewhat of a understanding of like Native Americans from popular depictions in American culture.
Hey Jack, when's the pod coming out?
canceling my middle school principal for using inappropriate cultural stereotypes about indigenous Americans is pretty funny, by the way. Like, yeah, no, get mad at my middle school principal, guys. No, it's just funny as fuck to consider how much American culture is successful all around the world. Like, think about that. I have a middle school Turkish principal, never been to America, doesn't really fucking understand any of the complex relationships between like the Native American peoples and like their genocide and whatnot. But then like she knows Geronimo. You know what I mean?
All my homies hate your middle school principal.
Anyway.